Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got a huge report. This one about Facebook and how they are programming you. Now, you're probably thinking, another report on Facebook, but hear me out, because in this video, I'm going to prove to everyone exactly what they're doing to you. Not only are they brainwashing you and programming you, but they're gathering all your data. And you might say, I know this already. But if you listen to this video in its entirety, you might learn something that you never heard before. Some of it you may have, some of it you may not have. But this video needs to go viral and expose the corruption before it's too late. Well, let's start with Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and creator of Facebook. Well, for starters, we know that he created, was a creator of a prank website, if you even want to call it that, called Face Smash. Now, I've reported on this, so I'm not going to get back into the detail, but you can solve it with a simple Google search. But Face Smash was a site intended to pit one woman against another and say who is prettier and who is uglier. Well, this is who we're dealing with on Facebook. That's not all. Let's also flash back to the fact that he called his users dumb effers. Check out this report on Esquire.com, and it's titled, Mark Zuckerberg called people who handed over their data dumb effers. Want to know how the conversation came about? Well, according to Business Insider, here's how the conversation went. Zuckerberg, yeah, so if you ever need information about anyone at Harvard, just ask. I have over 4,000 emails, pictures, addresses, SNS. Redacted friend's name said, what? How did you manage to get all that information? People just submit it. I don't know why. They trust me, dumb Fs. That's the exact dialogue. Well, what about Mr. Zuckerberg's hoodie? You know, he always wears a hoodie on his back. Some of you may have heard this, some of you may have not. Well, what's in this hoodie? Well, at the D8 conference, it's an all things digital conference, a conference that focuses on technology, advancements in technology. It specializes in startup news companies. Well, as you can see on the screen, Mark Zuckerberg revealed his jacket at that conference, and inside of it, there's all kinds of cryptic letters, numerology, and symbolization, a jacket full of strange symbolism. And he says it represents the company's motto about being open and being connected. A little strange if you ask me, a little cryptic if you also ask me. Well, fast forward a few years. What about the D9 conference that happened after the one that Mark Zuckerberg attended and revealed his jacket? Well, at the D9 conference, they revealed a goodie bag. Check out this report from CNET.com titled Unboxing the D9 Conference Swag Bag. This is an all things digital conference, but there was a hoodie that was placed into an overstuffed duffel bag. The picture you're seeing on the screen is what was inside of the hoodie that was placed in this duffel bag at the D9 conference, which Mark Zuckerberg had attended before. But inside the bag, it had gizmos and gadgets and the logo that you see, a pentagram with the Illuminati pyramid at the top. You can see the all-seeing eye has a smartphone over the eyeball of the person, which symbolizes mass control over population using a smartphone, right? Just like seen on that picture, Illuminati symbolism, satanic symbolism inside of a D9 conference, something that Mark Zuckerberg himself was involved in. Interesting? Well, it gets even weirder. Let's go to another flashback. Remember Regina Duncan? You know, the woman who in the past promoted the idea of getting a tattoo on her arm? Like the image of the Antichrist, the mark of the beast. Everybody knows that's a negative thing. And here she is showing everybody the technology that she's embedded into her arm. And then she goes on to say that it's a great thing to be used to authenticate people. Interesting. Well, she's the same woman who years after that started working for Facebook. She worked for Facebook for a time. Well, here's what she had to say about one of the goals that she was hoping Facebook would acquire and was working on. Actually, Facebook is working on. Take a listen.
So what if you could type directly from your brain? It sounds impossible, but it's closer than you may realize. And it's just the kind of fluid human-computer interface needed for AR. Think of it more like this. You take many photos, you choose to share some of them. Similarly, you have many thoughts. You choose to share some of them. We're talking about decoding those words, the ones you've already decided to share, by sending them to the speech center of your brain. Better yet, with the ability to text a friend without taking out your phone, or to send a quick email without missing the party.
Interesting. Facebook, attempting not only to gather your information by typing, but now it wants to read your thoughts. Put your thoughts down on paper. You know, just the thoughts that you're willing to share. Look, Facebook has already crossed lines of willing and not willing. If you have Facebook on and you don't have a VPN or something like that, they can access other things that you're Googling, looking into, all gathered on a database. These are admitted facts. You can find it very simply in the description section on Facebook, who tells you that their entire idea is to gather information on you, and you cannot opt out. There is no opting out. If you want to use the program, you have to accept to those terms and limitations. Billions of people are on this platform, and there Regina Duncan is telling you that they're attempting to gather your thoughts. But listen, it gets even more terrifying. The next clip I'm going to show you is probably the most frightening of them all. But a former executive at Facebook went on to expose this. Take a listen.
I feel tremendous guilt. I think we all knew in the back of our minds, even though we feigned this whole line of like, there probably aren't any really bad unintended consequences. I think in the back, deep recesses of our minds, we kind of knew something bad could happen. But I think the way we defined it was not like this. It literally is a point now where I think we have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. That is truly where we are.
Ripping apart the fabric of society. Social media is doing that. Facebook is doing that. That is what this executive, former executive, was telling everyone. He's guilty because he created brainwashing techniques, brain manipulation techniques via Facebook. He's scared to death. Scared to death about some of the repercussions. But he says a little more. In this next clip that you're going to hear, he talks about the dopamine dump, how Facebook is an addiction. Take a listen.
The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. And it's not an American problem. This is not about Russian ads. This is a global problem. So we're in a really bad state of affairs right now, in my opinion. It is eroding the core foundations of how people behave.
Dopamine. It's kind of like if you're addicted to, I don't know, drug of some sort. Say you're addicted to prescription drugs, but I won't tell you till after the hazard. Say you started smoking cigarettes, nicotine addiction. Well, never mind that you're addicted. We'll tell you years later of the addiction properties. That's exactly what he's saying. It has a dopamine tick. Just one more click, one more like, one more this, one more. That's what he's talking about. And his solution? Well, take a listen.
And I don't have a good solution. You know, my solution is I just don't use these tools anymore. I haven't for years. It's created huge tension with my friends, huge tensions in my social circles. If you look at my Facebook feed, I've posted maybe 2 times in 7 years. 3 times, 5 times. It's less than 10. And it's weird. I guess I kind of just innately didn't want to get programmed. And so I just tuned it out. But I didn't confront it. And now to see what's happening, it really bums me out.
His solution, don't use it. And why doesn't he use it? Well, that's the even bigger one. Because it programs you. Did you catch that? Programs you. It's programming your thoughts, your ideas, the way you feel, who you are. A program. so he doesn't use it. In fact, he doesn't even let his kids use it. That is the kind of stuff that we are dealing with. But he's not the only one who warned. How about Sean Parker? He also warned. He's a former investor, big-time investor of Facebook. Check out this report titled, "Facebook was designed to be addictive." He goes on to state that Mark Zuckerberg knowingly created a monster with addictive social media. Why is this important? Well, let me start with this. Facebook has 1 billion users, 1 billion. Of those 1 billion users, more than 100 million use it on every single phone. Not only that, but we spend an average of 50 minutes every day on Facebook alone. That's huge. Now you might ask, why do I use it? Well, I don't share personal information on there. My information is out in the open because of the YouTube channel and things that I do, but I use it strictly for business. I encourage you, if you're going to use it for that. Get a VPN. You guys know who I recommend for that. But make sure you are not sharing the personal data that you need. Get off of it if you can, unless you need it to reach people, to show them the truth of what's really going on, which we can do that also. But 50 minutes a day is what the average person is using on this website. A website that you're giving power to someone like Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, a man who willingly pits one woman's good looks over another. A man who called you a dumb effer. A man who wears symbolism and associates himself with satanic symbols. That's who you're giving precedence to on Facebook. Not only that, but his executives don't even use the program. There has to be a reason behind it. So what is the motive? What is the agenda? Well, brainwashing, programming. Don't think they do it? Check out this report, or don't think the government allows it? Check out this report from the Smithsonian.com titled "The True Story of Brainwashing and How It Has Shaped America." How does a man who makes billions of dollars like Mark Zuckerberg involve himself with gathering people's data? Well, there's an agenda. He's sharing that information with someone. And you can guarantee those fusion centers here in America, the China dictator, which he's admitted to giving information to, and multiple others. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts and comments on this. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out my partners who I purposefully associate with. This one, noblegoldinvestments.com. Amazing company, amazing organization, which you can convert your 401ks. And don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel in case something ever happens here, Lisa Haven Vlogs. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.